What's going on? We're back. Oh, DK's got his blue light hitters on. Look at those Urkels. What up? And my buddy Adam hooked me up with this sick Brewers cap. He picked up the new Brewers spring training cap while he was on a business trip out in Arizona. And I was eyeballing that thing. And I'm like, man, I was looking at getting it. It's a Brewers logo like this, and it has a nice. It has the navy, and then how do you say it? A white and blue Brewers logo with the barley leaves on the left and the right, and then it has the nice like retro blue outline around it. And I'm eyeballing it, and he wears a 7.5, and I still put it on to see what it looked like in the mirror, and I was like, damn, I need a 7.5/8. He's like, hey, I got something for you. He goes upstairs, brings this bad boy down, dude. Oh, freaking love this thing. No, there's no decal on the back. Little new era there. And then the embroidered Brewers logo. But dude, just a banger of a cap. I guess this is something to do with the Milwaukee flag. So boom. And it matches my little shirt I got from my wife last year. So I'm getting a couple TTMs out. Might just show you a little bit of what I do to get mine, how I like to organize my TTMs. I just use standard PWEs usually, unless I really want, I got like a 5x7 one sitting over there, and then I'll go big with 3 stamps or a metered, I actually got some shit sitting over here. Or actually use these on the large 9x12s. They're just the metered ones from the kiosk at $120 each, instead of putting three forever stamps on it. So you save some money there, just when you're just doing cards. And I think if I send a Sharpie, I'll throw that 120 on there with a forever stamp just to kind of help that out in a 9x12. So I can usually sneak a Sharpie in there on those 9x12 mailers, just straight up manila paper envelopes. And then yeah, but usually I'm doing the standard number 10 envelope, tri-folded return envelope on the inside. And but this is what I like to do. Whenever you hear me say I send keepers, tag for them to keep, this is what I'll do. I'll actually put the cards I'm giving them prepped in case they end up not wanting them and sending them back signed. But I'll just tag it. And then what I do to keep my stuff organized is I always try to send a 3-pocket sleeve, and then I use a Post-it. In the case that people just don't read the letters and they toss them aside, or their stuff is laid out, it's clearly marked what I'm hunting for here on my Post-it. So yeah, that's where my letter of request for an autograph is, but I still also include a letter, as if I was talking to people in person, and I'll use something small like this. And if it gets a little bit too long, I might go on the back or just use 2 pages of those. And typically I like to use like those letterheads you get from like hotels and stuff. They're like a perfect like 4x6 size. I like to use those. But yeah, here's another one going out. This one's going to Ovin St. Preux. Got a couple here for him to keep. And then yeah, I like to keep my stuff tight like this. So I'll lay them in there like that. And everything goes in the envelope really good, especially when you tri-fold. When you tri-fold the envelope over here, and then I'll slide the keepers right there, so it's still like good to go. But just for years of getting TTMs back with the what I used to call the PWE monster would eat up my ink. So like on the inside, sometimes the ink from the cards would transfer to the inside of the envelope, and used to piss me off. I used to get some really, really nice autographs, but then there would be transfer either on the back of each card, from shipping back, and mostly, especially the front card, rubbing on either the front or the back of the envelope used to drive me freaking crazy. So through some trial and error, I was doing some other stuff. I was using I don't know, I did like putting them in like a piece of folded like index cards or something, and taping them in there, so when they closed it, the cards were closed and they would come back not rubbing on the envelope. And I just didn't like that crap, and I just came up with, hey, these freaking, like I just bought a collection. I'll do a video. I bought a collection, the dude's old ass binder. So I got these old ass binder pages. Like, dude, they're like throwaway cost. But even before I got these janky old Ultra Pro pages, I was still just using brand new Ultra Pro pages and cutting them up. They're like, what, 20 cents a piece, and your ink comes back tight, you know? So it was worth the sacrifice of butchering brand new Ultra pages. But in that case, a couple weeks ago, I picked up a collection, and yeah, so now I got those, you know, dusty old Ultra Pros I can use that are not like the premium stock, and they're ashy. So I did get a pickup here. Picked this up off of Facebook. I'm pretty sure I know what this is. This should be a really, really sick Brewers autograph, so let's get into that. Hope you guys are all kicking it and just doing your thing. Looking forward to the UFC being live with a crowd. UFC 261. I was. If they had moved the UFC 260 card, the Ngannou Stipe fight, they were talking about that 2 weeks ago that Texas was open. Dude, I was just gonna book a flight down there and go to that for that fight. But now they're moving 261 there, and they're adding Jorge Masvidal versus Usman. But dude, I have a two chick fight per fight card max, because when you're at a live UFC event, chick fights, that's time to get up, get a drink, and take a piss, and then come back, and you know, it's an easy 15-20 minute break because they usually always go the distance. But on this one, they have 3 chick fights, and 2 of them are on the main card. I get it that they're title fights and they're good fighters, blah blah blah, but I just hate watching chicks fight, and I'm not thirsty. I'm married, so I pay no attention to, even when it's on TV, I don't watch the chick fights. So yeah, that's that. So I got an envelope in an envelope. Should be a one little card here, but this is gonna be a banger. And it should match the little, I didn't dress up for this video. This is just what I've been wearing today. I might even been wearing this yesterday. I'm pretty sure I was, and the day before. You know how it goes. Not the day before. I showered yesterday and put this on. So dude. For you guys who've been collecting cards for a while and did it through the junk era in the 90s like I did as a kid, tell me what you think when you see this. Tell me if you can smell the frickin' packs. Look at this. Look. I paid a lot for this. I paid more than I wanted to. But when I saw the guys' postings for some really nice in-person autographs, and I saw this Brewers card and the fact it was a 90 tops, he wanted 40. I got it for 32 shipped. It's not what I would normally want to pay. And I had recently picked up, again, this is for my, just like my little side Brewers in-person and TTM autograph collection. I won't TTM Brewers myself anymore. Not since like 2009. I'm trying to get the damn painter's tape off. Use some quality stuff on this bad boy. So this just brings back so many freaking memories, and like I can smell like my old card collection just looking at this card. And it's purple, and it's Sheffield playing infield, knowing how much he hated Milwaukee, and there's stories of him like closing his eyes and throwing balls over to first on grounders. And man, I had to have this, and now I'm happy I can replace the old Sheffield card that I picked up for like 12 bucks or whatever, but it was on a Marlins card. So this just hits the PC just right. The fact that it's so nostalgic for me. But look at, it's purple, but look, it's got the Brewers blue and yellow border. Got that rookie cup. Man, I remember chasing these as a kid. Opening wax packs and getting the rated rookies or whatever, and then top second year gives them, the Topps Cup. So it just freaking, this just hits me in so many ways. So yeah, that's what's up. I really freaking dig it. And it's with the current Sheffield style autograph. He had some different style early in his career. So man, this just hits me right. Hits me in the good tenders. So I freaking love it. But yeah, eventually I'm gonna do some big display, especially when we had the basement done with the bar and everything down there. I'm gonna do something where I either have like a big long J channel and a bunch of top-loaded Brewers autographs, just arraying, a long run of the wall. I'll figure it out. I don't think I want to do a big poster size collage, but we'll see. And then this is coming back from the Legend out in California. My buddy Neil. He's a TTM monster. He's got time to do TTMs where he works with the job that he has, and he's hitting me already with some Brewers love here. Who is this guy? Tom Edens. But this, you guys just remember my last video, I picked up, you know, those autographed UFC cards, like 28 of them, and the Jim Miller was in there. Well, he had this one, and he sacrificed this out of his collection, gave it to me. So that checks another one off the list. So let's see what Legend sent me. Let's see. Always awesome to get stuff from Neil. Can't say enough good things about that dude. He's helped me so much with my UFC collection. So you'll see him as I see him. I have no idea what he sent me, but he throws in some extra cards in his Brewers TTM. So it's Brendan Schaub. He's got the what do you want to call it? The podcast shit going on. Mark Murphy. I think you got me one of these last time. Bill Spires. There we go. Bill Spires, when he got injured, Edgar Kiki Diaz took over for him at shortstop, and during the All-Star break when I was in middle school, he showed up at where my dad played softball, and after the game, we were in the bar. That's what kids did with their parents back then. You could take them into the bar, and I recognized Edgar Kiki Diaz, who took over for Spires while he got hurt, and they were just shocked that I recognized him, and I went up to him instead of like Jamie Navarro. But just a great story. Ended up getting Brewers tickets from Edgar Diaz or Kiki Diaz, and his family was his sponsor family or whatever you want to call it, because he's from Puerto Rico. Obviously out of town type guy, international guy, and his sponsor family was in Lake Beulah. And he hooked up me and my family up with some tickets. I got to meet him before the game, and then he said if I got down to the dugout after the game, after they won, they did play the Mariners and beat them, that he'd take me to the dugout. Well, me as this like apprehensive, timid like youth that I was, even though I went up to him to get an autograph at the that night that we saw him, my dad had told me that I better get down there by the dugout, otherwise I was going to miss him, and I didn't want to go down there and be in people's way. And sure enough, because I stalled, he actually got to the dugout to go down the stairs, and he looked around a little bit, and then he went down there. The ushers never went and got him for me, so I missed my chance to do that. But just the interactions we had and the contact with him and Jamie Navarro was awesome as a youth. You know, just freaking being such a huge Brewers fan. I loved autographs back then and stuff like that. And but yeah, when I saw him before the game, I had him sign my 1984. We don't call it batting practice ball that my grandpa had got me. I think it was like in 4th grade. He was in a long-term relationship with a lady whose daughter dated what do you call it, groundskeeper like guy, like a high school dude who did groundskeeping, you know, during the when they run the bases and they pull the chain fence or whatever around grading the infield and raking it and spraying it and shit like that. So I remember that ball is like my prized possession, just, you know, having that as a kid. And then when he signed it, he's like, "You sure want me to sign this?" Because it had like Brewers legends on it. And I said, "Yeah, I totally do." And I don't regret him having him sign it. It was in a total different pen. I think he even got it done in black. Anyways, sorry. Bill Spires provoked that memory of Edgar Kiki Diaz. Another Mark Murphy. Mark Murphy's PC is loaded. Bill Kruger. I don't know if I have a Bill Kruger, but now I do. This is good. And Tom Edens. Look at that. Freaking nice jersey with that Milwaukee across the chest. So that's it. A little bit of TTM talk. Got that Sheffield. And then just hitting the PCs. So my man Neil, if you see this, I dig it. Thank you very much. And then really awesome to get that Brendan Schaub for the contenders subset. So there we go. But there we go. Really love that freaking card. Super nostalgic. I'll probably stare at that thing a little bit once I'm done recording and uploading this. So you guys all take it easy and keep doing your thing. Hope you guys are enjoying the hobby, and whatever. We'll see you next time.